So in this session, we are going to talk about layered architecture, like what different layers we have typically used in the project. Fine. So we have DAO layer, we have service layer, we have controller. So in our project, Usha, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you, sir.
Okay, let's do that. I'm going to fit everything over here. So your GSPs, your this is the part of your presentation layer, right? Presentation layer means layer which is supposed to expose to the end user, right? And front controller is a dispatcher servlet. And this servlet, do you think you have configured it? No. So who has configured this for you?
Spring.
Any guess? Spring Boot, right? Spring Boot. Oh, nice. So Spring Boot is doing great job for us. Yes, you know. Hey,
Yes,
today you have to tell me five advantage of Spring Boot, right? So anybody remember any point? Otherwise, I can write it. First benefit of it, it makes your job easy. It makes your job easy, right? Second, it creates services automatically. You are not supposed to do much configuration, right? It creates services automatically. Third, it has embedded Tomcat. Yes, you know, if you use Spring Boot, right? Reply.
yes, sir.
If you use Spring Boot, it has embedded to no need to configure Tomcat, explicitly. It is there. It is embedded. It has embedded Tomcat. Third, fourth, any guess?
Reduce the amount of code you need to do, like the source
Okay,
code.
yeah, minimal configuration, right? Here, we have to do minimal configuration, all right? Because there is auto configuration enabled. Fifth, you can run this application from terminal. You can run this. Yeah, you can manage this application from terminal. You can manage application from console or terminal. Make sense? Six, it provides REST endpoint. Oh my God. For what purpose? It provides REST endpoint that is called actuators. Oh my, actuators. What it does? Actuators provides ready-made REST endpoint through which you can monitor health of the application, right? So basically, it it provides production ready features. Usha, you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Production ready feature means if you want to know in the production how many threads are running, what is the memory utilization, what is the CPU utilization, you have to just do some configuration, automatically you'll get everything. Oh my God, right? So these are some benefit of it, right? It makes your job easy. It creates service automatically. It has embedded Tomcat. We have to do minimal configuration, right? You can manage application from console and many more. So another benefit is,
Question, sir.
yes, please.
Does limit us the job we do because you do everything for us. It can be limit like you can go far from everything they're gonna do.
No, no. Actually, in projects, two things are involved. One is configuration, right? Creating services, managing dependency, many things are together, right? Second thing is business logic. So business logic you have to write yourself, but other configurations, say like if you want to make data source, you want to create a connection pool, you want to create transaction, you want to configure file manager, right? Everything would be auto created in Spring Boot.
Okay,
Are you following me? So
thank you.
whatever services you are creating, in that sense, it makes your job easy. And if you talk about it's easy to integrate other services, right? If you want to integrate with AWS or you want to integrate with Apache Kafka, you have to do minimal coding. Or if you want to do integration with the OAuth protocol, right? All these things easily you can do with the Spring Boot. And it also helps you to write the JUnit test cases. I
Mm.
don't know, have you heard about it or not? If you don't know JUnit, you don't know anything. I'm telling you right now. Because in every in the industry, whenever you go here and there, you have to write it. Okay,
Yeah.
it is easy to integration. So it helps us for unit test cases. Hello, now you have enough thing in your hand to say, right? One more point which I just remembered. Spring Boot is good to design microservices. It is good to design REST
Mm.
API. If you want to design REST API with Spring Boot, you can do in couple of minutes, right?
Mhm.
And it's also very good to design what? Microservices, because it offers certain tools through which you can design the microservices using Spring Boot. I don't know. Tomorrow onwards, if somebody asks this question, you'll be able to answer it. Like why, what is the question actually? I forget it. Any guess? Why Spring
Why
Boot?
do
What are the
we?
advantages of using Spring
Yeah,
Boot?
why Spring Boot? Usha,
Yes, sir.
got it? Why Spring Boot? That's question. So Spring Boot version 2.2.2.x is in the market. Done. I'm telling you all this point you cannot get at one place anywhere.
Mhm.
Okay, done. So in our project, right, in controller, we are right. So this service is used for what purpose? In DAO layer, as per the rule, we should write database logic. Usha, if you have to write any logic regarding database, you should write where? In
Down
DAO
layer.
layer. DAO stand for data access object. Please. This terminology anybody can use in the industry. Database access object, right? Sometime you can say doll. Doll. Doll means data
Data
access layer.
access layer.
Yep. And service layer. This is important. Service layer is a actually a layer which comes between controller and DAO layer, right? So let me tell you, first of all, let me tell you in the model what you are supposed to write. In model, you are supposed to write logic which can take input from the presentation layer and send data to the presentation layer. What logic? Logic to capture. Hey, people are with me?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Data from front end. Okay. And sending data to front end. You should only write this kind of logic, right? Like if you want to do validation, validation, like what your username is coming, it is in proper format or not. So all these things you can write in controller. But in our code, in controller model, UTC, I wrote what? Database logic. Yes, that is
Mm-hmm.
wrong.
Yes.
Database logic should go where? In DO layer. So this code
Dear.
is correct or incorrect. If you show this code to anybody, he will understand I am typical trainer. I am not the guy who is from the company. Are you following me? And he would say the people who is taking your training, he does not know anything. Trust on me, please.
Yes.
So this code is bad code or good code? Very bad code, I would say.
Very bad code.
They would think I don't know anything. Honestly, I'm telling you. So my agenda is I want to refactor this code in this format so that people can understand I know the thing, right? Because controller in industry there are a lot of design principle. We'll talk about it. There is a design principle in the current industry which is used everywhere that is called solid, right?
Mm.
In solid, I will tell you what is the meaning of SOLID, right? I'll tell you all. S stand for separation of concern. What?
Expression of concern.
Separation of concern, right? Separation of concern means you should create a layered architecture and each every layer should have its own role concern, right? So controller is supposed to take data from the presentation layer, and it is supposed to send the data in to the presentation layer. So, but as per our code, you see, we wrote the database logic in
Control.
controller. That is totally wrong. Your question is database logic should go in DAO layer. What is the use of service layer? See, service layer actually one label abstraction over DAO layer. If you use DAO layer directly in the controller, that is bad. Your DAO layer have a dependency on the controller, right? So service layer basically makes your DAO layer and controller loosely coupled. Why? Because DAO layer can be used in many projects, right? Are you following me? So service layer is acting as a converter. Sometimes data will come to the controller, and you want to send that data in DO layer. But DO layer understand different format, and in controller data comes in different format. So service layer will take the data from the controller, and it will make in the format which DAO can
DLSS.
understand. Yeah, DAO layer can understand. Whatever data is coming from DAO layer, it may be coming in different format, right? So you have to convert in the format in the which controller can understand. So who will do all this conversion? Service layer. On
Service.
top of it, in service layer, you can have other logic, right? There would be a other logic conversion, right? Or you want to apply, or you want to call some other API, right? So other API you call in service layer. Yes, you know.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Yeah.
service layer is acting as a mediator. We'll talk more about it. If I show you the practically, it would be more clear to you. The guys, my main concern is whatever I'm teaching you, if you understand, simply you say, again, I got it. I don't understand. Sorry. Okay, that's fine. So this is your other REST API. That's fine, right? Other. It may like this whole application is like ICICI Bank, right? And this is another bank, right? Like Bank of America. It could be anything, right? Done. So my project code which I have, do you think we have in this architecture so far? Tell me. No, no, no.
Just
Our
controller.
code is not in this format, right? Yeah.
Mhm, mhm,
So first of all, if you allow to me, I'm going to write all my database logic in a layer, right? So for layer, we have to do proper packaging. Allow me. See, controller, I'm going to keep in a controller package to make it very organized. Say yes, please make it.
mhm.
So I have only one controller. It goes in this, right? And
Yes.
config, I can move into one of the package in config. Why I'm making it? In kitchen, you may be making many compartment. Yes, you know, so
Yes.
that you can
Yeah.
organize the thing easily. Similarly, I'm doing it, right? Your question may be why I haven't done all this thing first day. I don't want to make you confused, right?
Excuse me, sir. A question.
Please ask question.
Yeah, we can have multiple controller like more than two.
Mm.
Yeah, you can
Mm.
have n number of controller,
Okay,
and one controller will talk about one specific functionality. One customer, one controller you can have for the customer. One controller you can have for the employee. One controller you can have for shopping cart, right? One customer you can have for sign up, right? So you can have n number of controllers. And in
that's the
project,
phone controller or the
controller is your actually model which encapsulate the logic which is supposed to take input from the presentation layer, and when data comes back from service layer, it will make in the format which presentation layer can understand.
but the
So
phone
controller,
controller just one, right?
front controller is just mediator. When you make a request, when presentation layer will make a request, it will go to the front controller, and front controller will forward your call to the controller. Are you following
That's
me?
like the package, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So front controller, I'm not actually it is ready made. I got it from the Spring Boot. Spring Boot is saying front controller is my part. Okay, you just design step one and step three. Are you following me?
Mhm.
Step two is we are not supposed to design.
okay.
Why? Spring
Mhm.
Boot is saying that's my job. If you do it, I'll kill you. You got a point? Yeah.
Mhm.
So still in our project we are missing service layer. Okay, I'm going to focus it my. Please help me. Okay. So here you see my style of packaging. Yep. And when you go to the company, you will follow the same pattern. Okay.
Mm.
Imported. My job is done. And this is my main file. Main file, you can keep it outside, not a problem. And refresh it. So people, today I'm just telling you refactoring. Okay, my job is done.
Okay.
Got it? Now
Mhm.
I'm going to introduce one more layer. Which layer? DAO layer first. So I'll just make it my DO layer. Okay. And here I'm supposed to send my all the logic. So in this we have logic regarding customer, right? So what I can do is
Mhm.
I can write here customer DO impl database logic, right? Customer DAO impl.
Mhm.
So here I can use one interface as well. Why? I don't know who taught you core Java. Interface is basically used to expose the functionality so that anybody can use my DAO layer without knowing implementation, right?
Implementation.
I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to expose implementation to anybody. And Spring Boot says if you want to make a bean of DAO layer, you should use repository. Oh man, here I can use four annotation. Any one of them you can use. Usha, you
Yes,
can use
sir.
any one of the annotation. But which one is the right annotation for this job?
Repository.
Repository.
Yeah, repository is basically studio type of annotation, and which is used to create a bean of you know DAO layer. If you use any other annotation, Spring will not say anything, right? No. But people understand you don't know Spring documentation. You are new to Spring, right?
Mhm.
So you can use any one of the annotation, but which one is the appropriate annotation? Repository.
Repository.
Now I
Together,
want
I
to
have a
move,
question.
please.
What is the purpose of component annotation?
Very good question. See, sometime you have to make the bean of the class which is not DAO layer, which is not service layer, and which is not a controller in Spring MVC. For example, if you are integrating your Spring and the JSF, Java Server Phases, iStruts, right, other technology, as a MVC, then we use this annotation to make the bean of it. What is it? Right now, I'm using Spring MVC, right? But you can use other MVC, Struts MVC, JSF MVC. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or those kind of thing, you can use that component.
Okay, so pretty much
That
anything
component,
can control a
yeah,
service or repository.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm telling you, this thing only few people can tell you. In Spring, I want to repeat it again. I'm working from 2005, almost 16 years. Are you following me? That time, even that annotation was not there. All this annotation born in front of me. Earlier, we were using XML based. I'm telling you. Like I'm honestly, I'm saying you guys are asking question. I'm enjoying now. Fine. If you ask question, I'll never get irritated. No, you have complete right to ask as many as question you can ask. Fine.
Mhm.
So let's move this logic from there to there. Okay, you see my style. This I'm supposed to auto wire. Still, this code is partially correct, right? I'll make it better, right? This is called code refactoring.
Mhm.
Uh, what I need to do is all the logic which I wrote over here, I need to move over there. Okay. So this is not supposed to return anything. You see, I'm just going to move this logic, right? And what this is supposed to do, this is supposed to delete customer. So here I can write a public void delete by customer ID. Am I right? Yeah. Oh, Mr. See my style of coding. So what this is doing now, Peter. This method is in DAO layer. When you pass it, it will delete the customer. And same method I am adding in the interface. I hope
Yeah.
you have seen my style. My job is done.
Yes.
Now
Mhm.
you can auto wire this bean in the controller. You are saying, hey, controller, bean, I want to use my customer DAO. Interface. Why I'm using interface? I don't want to give implementation to anybody, right?
Yeah.
Got it? Now I have this DAO. Here, you see, I'm using DAO and all the logic in DAO layer. My job is done. No, not here. I'm sorry. I have to write over here. Make sense? Yeah. Done.
Yes.
This method, I'm able to move it. Similarly, I will do for other as well. So this logic cut and I would go to my DAO layer. I'm telling you, you have to improve your coding skill. This code is still only 70% correct. Other refactoring I will do it tomorrow. Find customers. This is the method. You see? Yeah. Simply, I'm just writing a method. Okay, override, so that all the code should be segregated as per the solid design principle. I'll tell you there are two things in the industry we use: design pattern and design principle. You need to understand the fundamental difference between both. See, this thing you cannot get it on the internet easily. Everything is there, but you cannot pretty much understand. Okay. Find customers, right? So it will return me list of tomorrow. Again, I would do refactoring, right? 40% I'll do tomorrow, and 60% I'm going to do it today. I hope it's clear to you. Yeah. This
Yes.
code is moved, and now I have to move this. Cut. I have to pass customer. Public void save, save, right? Enough. Why I'm not writing save customer? Because I'm doing for customer. Here you can write find all, that's fine. Here I have to save the customer. It's done. I know I'm doing fast, but it's okay. This method you can call it here. How? You can call method over here. How? Dot save. You see, all the logic is slowly gone. Oh, I need to do it for this is done, I guess, and I have to do it for this much. Update, right? Yeah. So you can go to the save, and here you can type public void update customer customer. And now you want to add this method in your interface, so you can do this. My job is done. Style. Oof. After it, you can come back. Here you can write what you can write. Customer dot update. You see? But tomorrow again we'll refactor it. This code is little bit tightly coupled. We don't have service layer in this missing, but I will introduce it tomorrow. In this, I'm going to fetch find profile by CID. Let's do that. Public. You can return a customer. Find profile by ID, CID. Done. You see my style of the coding. Return. I'm telling you, you need good amount of practice for it. It's not like, cup of tea. You have to make your hand dirty yourself if you really want to learn it. Zero. And here you can write return. So it is just going to return one customer data as per the customer ID, I guess. And this method you can add into the interface using my style, create. And when you come back, it's 2, so you can remove 1. And this, I know it's moving fast a little bit, but if you have practice, you can do it, right? So here, when you call it, now I'm going to use customer DAO.this, and here you can pass, help me, CID. So this will give you one customer record, customer, and same thing you can pass to the here. Now we don't have database logic in the controller. Similarly, you can do for login, like authenticate auth user. You can method name is public void auth user. From here, you can see here you have to say user is there or not, right? But anyway, you return everything, not a problem. So there's many way to write the code. My code is completed, and what I'm supposed to pass here, I think username only. Okay, string username. Ooh, I can do that. Okay, please.
Yes, sir.
And I know this kind of code is not easy if you're not writing yourself. So I'm just calling my DAO layer dot auth, and here I can pass my username. So this is returning me the list of the customer. Okay, you go over here and mention this over here. I know I'm moving fast. Okay, I know, I'm doing that. Okay, done. See, I'm able to move all the code from here to there. Say yes. Somebody saying, can
Yeah.
you run it? And your question should be, it's not going to be run at all. So I'm going to run it. See, I'm not introducing service layer, right? Service layer I'll introduce tomorrow. I want you go and look into it. Whole code is working, not a problem. Hello. There's a convention of making the package. You see the package in which your main file is there, public static void main, annotated with Spring Boot application. All other package should be the sub package of it. See, otherwise will not work, right? If you don't want to keep in the sub package, there is a another annotation you can put on it, that is component scan. I'll tell you tomorrow about it. So now you guys tell me, this is enough to go with? You want to go through it? Because tomorrow I'll introduce this layer with reason. Which layer? Service layer with reason. That will take 10 minutes only. And then we can jump to the next topic, REST API. So today onwards, I hope you can answer it why Spring Boot is, please. And tomorrow you would be able to answer what is the REST API. I'm telling you, though you can answer those questions very confidently. For
Okay.
people will feel like you have 10 years of experience the way you answer.
Okay.
Got it? Definitions you can get on the internet, but the way they wrote over there is not easy to understand,
Understand.
because it's not like when you born we know everything. No, we just learn the way you are learning, right?
Yes,
Simple
sir.
as that. So people, I'm telling you in the last, if I'm let me stop session over here. In next session we'll talk about service layer, right, which will come between your controller and DAO layer. Thank you so much. Bye. See
Thank
you
you.